Okay, so choosing a driving school, it's kind of like a rite of passage, isn't it? But wow, it is also a pretty big deal. We're not just talking about passing a test here. We're talking about being safe on the road for years and years. Today, we're going to get super specific. We're digging into what makes a driving school truly great, and we're using the very unique challenges of driving in Oakville, Ontario as our guide. Let's dive in. So let's start with this question, because the whole point isn't just to get a piece of plastic with your photo on it, right? It's about creating a driver who is confident and, more importantly, safe for life. So we're going to look way beyond just checking the boxes for the test and explore what real-world readiness actually looks and feels like. All right, first up, let's talk about the local challenge. Because let's be real, learning to drive in a place like Oakville isn't just about learning road signs. It's about learning to handle a very specific and, honestly, a pretty tricky driving environment. I mean, just think about it for a second. One minute you're trying to navigate a super busy road like Trafalgar during rush hour, and the next you're trying to merge onto the QEW with traffic flying by. And oh yeah, let's not forget about that wild, unpredictable lake effect snow that can pop up out of nowhere. That kind of environment demands a heck of a lot more than just the basics. It requires some serious defensive driving skills. So, okay, with all of those unique challenges in mind, where do you even start when you're trying to pick a school? Well, the analysis we're diving into breaks it all down into a super clear, evidence-based checklist. All right, so here are the 6 things that really, truly matter. First off, MTO approval, that's just table stakes. That's the bare minimum. What we're really talking about is the depth of what they teach, the actual quality of the instructors, and, this one's huge, what kind of tools they give you to support your practice after the lesson is done. This is basically our report card for any school we look at. Now, when you take that checklist and you start measuring the schools in the area against it, one name just kept popping up again and again: Young Drivers of Canada. So let's take a closer look and break down what makes their whole approach so different. This is what the review calls the gold standard. And here's the core idea, right? It's not about cramming information for a quick 20-minute road test. No, it's a much deeper approach. It's all about building habits, the kind of habits that are going to keep a driver safe for their entire life. Now, this is where things get really interesting. This points to a massive fundamental problem in the way most driver training is done. It's something they call the practice gap, and trust me, it is a huge deal. So what on earth is the practice gap? Well, you know that feeling when your official lessons are over and you're kind of left there thinking, okay, now what? You know the textbook stuff, but do you feel ready, like really ready, to merge onto the 403 in heavy traffic or handle a crazy snowstorm? That's the gap. And this is how they tackle that exact problem. It's pretty brilliant, actually. Instead of just, handing you the keys with a parent and saying, good luck with your practice, they've actually built a tool. It's an app called Driver's Coach, and its entire job is to bridge that gap and make every single practice drive count. So how does this thing actually work? Well, it's not just another map on your phone. Not at all. It's giving you feedback in real time as you drive. It's tracking your safety score over time. It even gives you specific checklists, so that practice drive down a busy road like Dundas isn't just a random drive anymore. It's a focused, targeted lesson. It's all about turning that unstructured time into real, measurable progress. Okay, but let's talk about the elephant in the room, the price. Because a whole system like this, it's going to come with a different price tag. So let's just jump right into the numbers and talk about what you're actually paying for, the cost versus the value. All right, so if you look at their top of the line, all-inclusive package, you're looking at a number around this. And listen, I get it. That's a serious investment. There are just no two ways about it. But then you look at the other end of the spectrum. The basic MTO-approved courses you can find elsewhere. They're usually in this ballpark. The difference is, well, it's huge. So it makes you ask the question, right? Why is there such a massive gap? So this table really breaks it down. What are you actually getting for that extra money? And it really boils down to this. With a premium option, you're investing in a whole system, a deeper defensive driving curriculum, and innovative tools like that AI app. With the budget schools, you're getting the essential government-mandated program you need to get your license. They're just 2 fundamentally different things. Okay, so we've laid it all out. We've looked at the challenges. We've gone through the checklist. We've seen the price comparison. So how does a family in Oakville actually make the final call? At the end of the day, the decision really comes down to this one simple question. Are you looking for a program that's just about passing the test and getting a license? Or are you looking to invest in a complete safety system
one that's designed to create a confident, defensive driver for life. Once you know your answer to that, the choice becomes a whole lot clearer.
And for anyone who decides that the comprehensive system is the right way to go, here's the actual path forward. It starts with getting that G1, of course, then picking the right package, but the really crucial part is right here in the middle, booking lots of different kinds of in-car lessons, and then really, truly using that practice app to hammer those skills home long before you even think about booking that final G2 test.
So we're going to leave you with this final thought. The data, the analysis, it all points to a really clear difference in approach. So maybe the real question isn't how much do the lessons cost? Maybe the real question is this: what's the value of real, genuine confidence behind the wheel? What's that peace of mind actually worth to you?